Alan, you also saw another movie directed by Guy Ritchie. It's a military action movie starring Jake Gyllenhaal called The Covenant. Alan, what did you think of The Covenant? Tell us your review.
Yeah, let's be clear. It's Guy Ritchie's The Covenant.
What did I say?
The Covenant. No, it's everything points out. This is Guy Ritchie. The title of the movie.
The title is Guy Ritchie's The Covenant?
Yeah, the official title is Guy Ritchie's The Covenant.
Oh my God. Are you saying I have to change this now?
Yeah, well, let's be real. There are 100 movies called The Covenant.
Is that why?
And I would tell you that all 100 movies have nothing to do with this version of The Covenant.
Why would you call it that then? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, there's a reason why it's called The Covenant. But if you've seen the trailer, you pretty much know the entire plot of this movie. Jake Gyllenhaal plays Sergeant John Kilney. He's in Afghanistan. His role of his team is to seek out and destroy basically IUD factories, bomb factories, and we've all lived through the Afghanistan conflict. They would go into cities. What?
Not personally, but
yeah, I know. But they would go into towns, they would interrogate the locals, but in order to do that, they needed interpreters. And the one that Jake Gyllenhaal just brings onto his team, his name is Ahmed, played by Dar Salim. And so basically, this is kind of one of those military films that we haven't seen in a long time. It's from start to finish. It's this military thriller. It's a true story. But they're going. They find out that there's two locations where they're making bombs. Going to the first location, Ahmed realizes or feels something's fishy going on because he knows the area. Tells the team to stop, and they look and they realize that they were about to head into an ambush. So Ahmed saves them from that. The next location, they go to the bomb factory. They actually find it, but now the Taliban are there, are just minutes away from attacking them. And in all that, John Kilney's team all die, except for John and Ahmed. And so the bulk of the movie is basically Ahmed. At one point, Kilney gets injured, and it's basically Ahmed dragging Kilney from basically all across Afghanistan from the bomb factory to his base. And essentially it's a story of him saving his life. And if you know anything about what went on with Afghanistan, especially recently, we sort of kind of pulled out and left all these interpreters there who basically became traitors to their country by helping the Americans. And Kilney, when he gets home, he finds out that Ahmed has not been given a visa and is still in Afghanistan, and in fact is the number one most wanted man in Afghanistan. And so Kilney has to go back in and rescue him without the help of the military. True story. This is I really like this movie. I like war movies. I like military movies. This falls right in line. The fact that it comes from Guy Ritchie, yes, there are probably more bullets fired than was actually fired in the actual event, but it's not anywhere near your typical Guy Ritchie levels. People do die, but not to your typical Guy Ritchie levels. And it's got a little bit of the tropes where clearly the Americans are better sharpshooters and can handle guns better than the Taliban. But very thrilling. I would say that the bulk of this movie, about 70% of the movie, is about the two of them getting back to the base to find safety, and the back end kind of is it is that rescue mission. It's in terms of action, it's just wall-to-wall action. It's almost relentless. I think that's maybe its only negative is that the action keeps going on, and the suspense is just constantly being built. But in terms of being pro-military, pro-American, this is a great movie to watch.
All right.
And it calls out, it basically calls out what we did to the interpreters in our in leaving Afghanistan last
Well,
year.
someone needs to call it out. That was I
Mhm.
remember when that happened. The summer when
Yeah.
the horrific footage on the news
Mhm.
was it was awful. It was
Yeah.
awful. There's really no I mean,
Yeah,
there's no
as
two
they
ways about it. We
Yeah, as they point out, there were thousands who were interpreters for Americans. When we pulled out, 300 of these interpreters and their families were murdered by the Taliban, and the rest are all in hiding. By the
there's
way,
a lot
the title "Covenant" comes from it comes from the theme of this movie, which is we are all people, and we all need to be there for each other. And for this interpreter to have sacrificed his life to save John Kilney's life, that's where the Covenant is born, and that's why Kilney was compelled to go back in and rescue the man who rescued him.